up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a little excited about this one today. First of all, I always forget to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Please share this, especially if that helps you. Share it with your girls. I'm super private. So, this journey of being on YouTube and wanting to kind of like be a Christian influencer and helping women to just become better, become who God called them to be by sharing my life, I feel like I have to get a little vulnerable sometimes and not always share the fun, DIY, cute stuff. So, like I said, like and share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So today I wanted to come on here and really just talk about inadequacy. This inadequacy, this feeling of feeling inadequate started way back when I was like a little girl, like in 4th grade, and I was certified life coach, and we talked a lot about limiting beliefs and how those things stem and can start way back when you're a child. And I remember my pastor saying, like, the devil will try to get you and try to influence you or whatever as a child, because he knows that it will affect your future. So if he can plant things in you while you're young, when you get older, it will literally hinder you from doing what God called you to do and being who God called you to be. So yeah, like when I was in 4th grade, I've told this story before when I've done like speaking engagements and things, but when I was in 4th grade, I failed the 4th grade, and then that like sparked so many like insecurities in me that I didn't know until, I got older. Like I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel smart enough. So yeah, it was a lot of things that I took on just from that experience. And it caused me to live my life in a certain kind of way. So it's like a gift and a curse. And I feel like it was good because it always pushed me to want to know more, want to learn more, never settle for, as it was something I was interested in, I would like go in and try to figure out as much about it as I could. So yeah, it helped me in that way, but it was also unhealthy because when I did get to a certain point, I would still feel like, that's not enough. Oh, I still don't know that. Oh, I still don't, and now that's driving the car with me trying to do better and be better, because I'm feeling like what I had is already not enough. So in 2019, I had lost my job. I was a store manager at Henry Bendel. The company closed down. I lost my job. So the whole year, I was like, Lord, we're going to do this entrepreneurship thing. I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. We're rocking out and all that. They set me up. I was good with money and all of that. And I told myself, like, okay, if my business is not popping off by this time, I'm going to start looking for a job. So that came, and business was not popping off. So I started looking for a job, and I could not get a job in my field. Down in my field, like it was not happening. And I believe that God was taking me through that to show me that I needed to solely depend on him. Like he has me, he got me or whatever. So I went through that, and then the top of 2020, I joined my now church, Change Church. I was dating the church for like 6 months, and then I finally, at the top of the year in January, I was like, okay, I'm ready to join. I joined, and I really like was all in with everything that they had going on. I would go, I would show up online or whatever. So I remember I still didn't have a job, and Pastor Sharika was having a women's event, and it was really like, this is how bad the money situation was with me. The drive to church was like 40 minutes away, and I started to have to just go to church this was right before the pandemic hit. I had to go to church like every other Sunday because I had to save on gas. And then so she had this event, and it was like a $10 fee, and I'm like, Lord, contemplating on paying $10. Like, that's how crazy it was for me. So I wound up going, and then at the end, she's like, oh, we're hiring for an assistant. Pastor needs an assistant. Like, I can't do it by myself. So I was like, oh, I want to try. Like, I feel it. I was in, then I look at it, I was in a desperate place because I did not have a job. I was so desperate to work. And I was like, an assistant, like, how hard could that be? Now that I know what it takes, I'm like, that was not for me. So I wound up applying, right? So I had like 5 interviews with like so many people on the team. And I was like, you could not tell me that this was not my job. Like, I literally prayed. I had faith. After the 5th interview, I'm like, it's no way. I didn't met the whole team. So it's no way this is not my job. I get an email. It was like, unfortunately, as soon as you see that, unfortunately, it's like, unfortunately, and I'm just like, oh, Lord. So I was so like, I felt defeated. I felt so defeated, and I'm like, Lord, and my situation, I don't have enough money. Even though I did have money, it just wasn't what I was used to because I had to depend on my dad, and thank God for him. Because he really helped me out, but I didn't want to, I'm an adult, I didn't want to have to do that, but I'm like, so I literally prayed this prayer, and I'm like, Lord God, I surrender. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what you are doing. I'm thankful for, where I am because my bills are paid. I have money, but it's not my money coming in. It's not my own income, but I thank you. But I surrender because I don't know what to do, right? So I prayed that prayer, and after they told me I didn't get the job, they hit me and like, hey, do you want to serve? And I was like, so I heard, it's like, y'all want to give me the job, but y'all want me to serve and work for free? Like, I was just like, but I did it. I did it. I served, and now we're in the pandemic. Now everything's online. Church is shut down. So I was serving and hosting online in the chat room, conversating out, making, starting conversation about pastor's word and all of that. So I did that for like 5 months. So I got a call or an email like, hey, we have this position open, and it's a marketing director. Would you be interested? We think you would be perfect for it. So automatically, so this is where the fear and the doubt and the feeling inadequate comes in, because as soon as I saw a director, that title totally scared me. So I emailed them back. It was like, hey, thank you for thinking of me. They sent me the job description and everything. And I was like, yeah, a lot of the stuff on here I have not done before. Like, so I'm going to pass. Like, I don't think this is for me. So they responded. It's like, what do you mean? Like, we think you're perfect for this. Can we set up a call with you, like, to just discuss some things so we can go through the job description with you? And I was just like, huh? So I wound up taking a call. I'm praying like, Lord, like, if you want me to do this, like, I'm going to do it. But I do not feel qualified to do this, like, at all. I do not feel qualified to do this. And so I gave them my offer, and I accepted their offer, and I got the job or whatever. So when I tell you that the devil, like, literally all hell broke loose for me spiritually. It was like I was literally in spiritual warfare like I've never experienced before. Like, I just felt like I did not know what I was doing. I did not know what I was doing. But because of the person that I am, I was doing so much research and still working, still showing up, still, even though I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing, I was making it work. And it wasn't even a fake it till you make it. It was a faith it. Like, I was faithing that thing through, because I'm like, Lord, I was questioning everything and I just did not feel, and this is the inadequate part, like I did not feel like I was smart enough. I was not confident. I was not confident at all in my role and what I was doing. And I'm just like, I just felt like I was in like this cage, but I literally had to work through that. And I did. I worked through that thing, like, and I would have conversations with my friends, like, thank God for friends and people that are in your corner that are pushing you and speaking and encouraging you, because they encouraged me to know, and they would tell me, like, Dominique, you know what you're talking about, like, this conversation that we're having, have it with them. And I'm just like, I still felt like, oh my God, I can't. And I just was so nervous. I was so scared. I was so like intimidated. Like, I felt like I'm around because I love God. I love the Lord. And I just felt like I'm around all of these people who know the word so much more than me. They've been here. Like, it was all of this stuff that was going through my head. I was so intimidated by Pastor because he's like a freaking genius to me. So I just was like, oh my goodness. So all of this time, but I continued to work through that inadequate feeling. Like, and I was praying like no end. And I feel like God sometimes allows you to go through certain things. So number one, that you can see who he is. And number two, you can really, it strengthens you. So I remember they were like telling me, like, it was like 90 days, and they were like, oh, we don't know if you really are liking this. Are you feeling this? Because like, I would not speak in the meetings. I would be so freaking scared. And that's another story about how my attitude and disposition changed when I started working in the church. So they were like, we're thinking about changing your position, but we can't change your position until we find someone to replace you. So you're still going to work in this. So I was like, okay, Lord, like, I don't know if this is not really what I want to do. So I literally fasted and prayed. This is the first time I ever fasted with just water only for 3 days. I did a fast, and I really, really like was seeking God for just to reveal to me like who I am and how I'm showing up, and just who called me to be, and is this what you want me to do? Because I would try to turn this job down. Like, I was feeling like I already knew that I couldn't do it. That's how I felt. Like, I felt so inadequate. And then, like, when I came out of the fast, it was like God was just like basically telling me, like, you're called to be here. Mind you, I work at a church. Like, this is totally different. And it was like, you're called to be here. So whatever they need you to do it. So, and I think that willingness for me to do that really was a testament to my obedience, right? So fast forward, they put a new guy over me. So I wasn't the director anymore. I became maybe a manager or something. But my title changed, but my responsibilities didn't change. I was still doing everything that I was doing before. So I'm like, Lord, what is happening? The thing about it was I continued to work while I waited. I waited on God. I was seeking God. I was in prayer. I read the Bible. This is when I started my Bible playing too. Bible in a year. I mean, it was a time. Like when I tell you, I had to really love on myself during this time and really, you know, God just really showed me who I was. And he really was like, nah, like you are, this is who you are. God gave you these, like it's literally like he turned negative things into positive things about me and about my personality and all of that stuff. And like I'm such a go-getter, I'm driven and all of that. And I literally just had to apply it to what I was doing. And that's what I did. And it showed me like, nah, you got this. Like so I just literally pushed through that feeling of inadequacy. Like, and it's not, I don't know if it's something that goes away, but now I feel like I have the tools to continue to push through it. When I tell you, working like wait, like really holding on and really not giving up and really seeking God, like God will literally strengthen you. God will literally can change the heart of man. Like God will really like touch other people's heart to advocate for you. And like when you're aligned with God, when you're putting him first, there's just so much stuff that he does that you don't even realize that's happening in the moment. And then when you look back, it's like, whoa, that was God. That conversation that I had with so-and-so, that was God. Like me opening up and being vulnerable and sharing X, Y, and Z about how I'm feeling about work and how I'm feeling about this, like that was God using that and working that and turning it around for my favor. Like, it's literally, I know that we hear those words and things a lot in church, but it's like, it's so true. And having a true relationship with God, and he will just show himself to you. And it's just like, it's like an unexplainable feeling, unexplainable knowing. So I worked while I waited. My performance it got so much better. My confidence got better. I got more confident in what I was doing. So the inadequate feeling started to go away. And I'm like, okay, I'm rocking and rolling. Da, 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 da. So I literally 1 year and 3 months in at working at the job, and I get a call from the pastor, and they want to promote me to a whole different new position, working with him directly. Now, here we go with that inadequate feelings again. That's why I'm like, I don't know if that ever goes away. If you're feeling like you are not good enough, you're not smart enough, number one, I would encourage you to literally push through that, because those are the things that the enemy will try to use to hinder you and stop you from doing what it is God has truly called you to do. And if you allow those thoughts and those feelings to take root in you, you would really, it will stagnate you. It will stop you. So this whole long story was really to encourage somebody to push through your inadequacies. Just, I really hope that me sharing this story and me being promoted and working with the pastor is a whole nother thing, and how the imposter syndrome started and all of these things. But working while I waited and really tuning into my self-care and myself, like my emotional health, and that stuff just really helped me to push through and work through my inadequacy and really begin to love on myself. Like I love the not the superficial, but I love the the things that I love about myself, but there were some things that I just did not, and that feeling of that not being confident and not feeling like I was enough and all that. I hated that thing about me. And as I began to draw closer to God and really begin to love myself in a different way, it's like, nah, you good. You're pretty dope, actually. And not to sound cocky, but sometimes you gotta talk to yourself that way. And it's like, do you see where you are? Do you see what you're doing? Do you see the type of person you are? Like, you are like, nah, you're that girl. So if I just want to encourage somebody with this today, to push through that inadequate feeling that is nothing but the trick of the enemy, and the more that you feed that, it will grow. So if you starve it, it will not, it will die. And don't get me wrong, it may pop back up, but you'll have tools in your tool belt to get you through. And the tools that I've used to get me through, one of the books that I read was Emotionally Healthy Woman, and literally prayer and just getting close to God. And getting close to God looked like me watching sermons, like always just learning more about who God is, his character. And when you know more about his character, you will know how much he loves and adores you. And keeping positive people around me. Any negativity, I was just like, I had to block that thing out. So those are the tips that I can give you to push through your inadequacy, and just don't do it alone. Like, even if you don't have a physical person, you'll always have God. And if you seek him and pray to him, he will definitely help you through. So guys, I pray and hope that this helped somebody, at least one person. And if it did, I would love for you to like and share this video. Until next time, I have more stories to come. I'll see you guys later.